लाइव अपडेट और आप लोगों ने देखा लाइव जो स्टॉक मार्केट आज का लाइव जो मार्केट का रिव्यू इस बार में आपके साथ डिस्कस कर रहे हैं और सेंसेक्स टुडे निफ्टी 50 स्टॉक मार्केट लाइव अपडेट सेंसेक्स गेन ओवर 200 PTS निफ्टी above 25,700 IT stock rally Sensex to the Nifty 50 stock market updates benchmark indices और आप लोगों ने देखा जो और जो सेंसेक्स टू द निफ्टी 50 और जो सेंसेक्स टू द निफ्टी 50 stock market lives updates benchmark indices Nifty and Sensex stays a comeback trading in green territory or after a negative opening the indices open on Tuesday metal and auto stock dragged the online and indices lower or Sensex to the Nifty stock market live updates sectoral performance saw a clear risk on it led by technology while financial remain under pressure. IT in the top performance supported by firm buying interest which auto banks, financial service and metal tracking on statement and defensive pockets such as FMCG, healthcare and chemical are steady, indicating and selective positioning and rather dense board based and selling. Overall the tone is the mix but constructive which leadership routings toward it IT and mid-cap oriented segment will financial considered. Gold silver adds to the live updates. Gold and silver features slip up to 2.5% on MCX and then trading and familiar dollar. Global market updates. S&P 500 feature fell 0.4% as 7 is to 8 am और जो London Times and Nasdaq 100 feature fell 0.8% or feature on the Dow Jones and industrial average fell 0.3% and the MSCI Asia Pacific Index was little sense. The MSCI Emerging Market Index was little sense. Sensex today Nifty 50 stock market live updates and market volatility raise and current upload देखा 12.70 and cents minus 4.17 and open 13.33 and high 13.48. Commodities market updates LME copper dips on pharma dollar then Asia trade. London copper fell in the 10 Asia trade on Tuesday as a farmer dollar coupled with increasing the inventory and weak demand pressures and price and benchmark copper on the London Metal Exchange dropped 0.6% to 12.773.08 metric ton by 0.7% 5 GMT. The Shanghai Futures Exchange is closed for the lunars, lunar New Year. 15th tradings will resume on February 24. In other metal, aluminum was down 0.4% at 3040.0 and extending loser for a four consecutive sessions. Or आपल्या commodity market 0.5% to 3272.0 ton after falling to a 2-week low earlier in the session. Stock market live updates. Japan's Nikkei and slips as post earning and election movement fade. और जो stock market live updates निफ्टी है वो आप लोगों ने देखा जो stock market live updates highlighted and the Sensex up over 100 PTS and volatilely Nifty hold flat below 25,700. M's volatility Nifty hold flat below 25,700. IT stock rebound the metal drugs. और आप लोगों ने देखा जो स्टॉक मार्केट लाइव अपडेट्स बेंचमार्क इंडियन इक्विटी indices swings and between the gains and the losses in volatility mornings. Trade on Tuesday with the Sensex following modest gains and while the Nifty near the flat line at 11 is to 24 am, the BSC Sensex was up 110 points or 0.13% as 83,387, while the NSE Nifty 50 is up just 5% to 25,687. Market breadth was positive with 2,173 share advancing and against 1,380 declines. IT stock stays a rebounded Nifty IT index over 1.7% with the Infosys, Hull, Tech and Wipro among the top gainers. FMCG and PSU bank stock also stayed higher. In contrast, metal and oil and gas names the weightage on keeping the census to the highway infrastructure gate LOARS 154 crore. The company has received a letter of acceptance LOA or test 154.6 crore from operation at the Motinori Plaza in Gujarat. The letter of awarded LOA was issued by the National Highway Authority of India (NEHA). Our market live Infosys share raised 4% on partnership with the Anthropics at lead Nifty IT 3% higher. The shares of the IT companies gained in trade on February 17, extending gains for the second consecutive session after a sharp the declines. This came as the heavyweight and Infosys announced a strategic partnership with the Anthropics aims and the worries around AI lead and description in the sectors and the Nifty IT index gain nearly 3% to 33,612.30 as soon as the 11 is to 35 am on Tuesday Infosys shares. gains more than 4%, while HCL Technology, Wipro, and Persistence and Systems shares gain nearly 3%. Or market labs, Hindustan Copper, Nalco stock fell up to 4%, metal decline index down 2%. The shares of the metals and companies dropped in trade on February 17, pushing the Nifty Metals Index. The Nifty Metal Index fell to 11,724.05 in the morning. Trading hours of Tuesday, Hindustan Copper shares were the top loser on the index, falling more than 4%. To trade at raise 551.225 apiece. This comes as the copper prices influx which red metals feature, with the February expert falling around 2%. And market labs, mid-cap, small-cap indices, the strategy VIX cool over 3%. The broader market held from the Nifty mid-cap hundreds up around 0.2%, and the Nifty small-cap gaining about 0.3%, suggesting the improved participation beyond the large caps and volatility. And the assess the meaningfully which the index VIX declines over 3% to near 12.9, signaling a moderation in the near term risk that market lies BSC sectoral SEC IT index